everybody, this is Dawn Marie with Creative DME Designs, and I am here with the challenge for Dear Julie Julie and Cara Brandon, and I was just looking for my sheet that I'm supposed to have down. Oops. Nope, I don't have the actual sheet that says their names on it. I'm being silly. Oh well. Today is day 4. Please use the hashtag 5 days of Easter to go and look at all of the projects that have been done so far. And if you decide to get the pages, you also can use this hashtag and put it in so we can find you. Day 4 is the 6th today. Reminder, I have dogs. You just heard one of them shake. And you will probably hear me quiet them if they decide to yell, bark. And I still haven't learned how to edit. That is on the docket for this month, and it's still the beginning of the month, so it's not that bad. You can find these kits at DearJulieJulie and Cara Brandon Creations. Here's all of their information, and I'll hold it there for a minute because I know I was trying to write something off of somebody else that was holding something up to the screen, and it never worked. She didn't take her hand away from a corner, so I never read what one thing was, and oh well. And hopefully you had time for that, and that's me, Dawn Marie Ennis. Now I'm going to quickly move my chair here because I did have 2 big doggies underneath it, and I could not sit comfortably, so I sort of diagonally. But they just got up and moved. So here we go. If you'll remember on day 2, I did the cute little dolls. Remember these? I don't think I had this one created, so this is a new one that I created. One of the things I was going to do with them is you saw that I made lockets on some of them out of the faces. Out of the faces, like on this little Boston Terrier. Originally, I was going to make those out of Shrinky Dinks and make jewelry for them too. Well, the first problem I had that Tuesday was that the Shrinky Dink stuff I used was not the one that was supposed to go through the printer, and it never dried. The ink never dried. It just like basically slid off the page. So I ran to the store, came back, and I had everything set out to do, and I got a nosebleed all over some of them and had to totally start from the beginning of them. So I said, well, I still want to use Shrinky Dinks. So what am I going to do? Today's, this is Julie's and this is Cara's. Today, Cara had a lot of little things that could easily be done with Shrinky Dinks. And even Julie's could, because this would make it, well, I'll show you. This shrunk down to that size. And this shrunk down to that size. Now that's beautiful. I mean, it comes out so clearly and looks so nice on that shrink paper. I did put I put holes in it, and they were supposed to be big, but they shrunk down to be tiny, tiny, tiny. So you may have to see me acting like a weirdo trying to get those through. Here's some of Cara's. I mean, look at how beautiful that looks as it went down. Now you're wondering, Dawn Marie, what are those ragged edges? I learned a new tip, and I'm going to show you guys. So I am going to use these today. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all of them. I'll show you what some of the littler ones got down to. And some of these are not from these. Some of them are from other things. But like this is this right here. And this is gorgeous. This, I think, would make a beautiful necklace. And let's see. This one is this right here on Julie's. And that's... Oh, and this bunny. Look at how cute that is. How cute. Ugh, I love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of these, pull out the ones that we need to use today. Because they are all in here. These I've been doing over the last couple days. Just because if I do sit and cut a whole bunch of fussy cutting, it drives me nuts and it hurts my hands. So I do tend to sort of do things separately. There's the other one. That's from something else. We have the tall bunny. Let's see. I should have, yes, I should have had them all separated out. My bad. But that's okay. It's fun. It's like watching me sort things, you know. And I may have just put something down that needed to go here, but that's okay. I mean, yes, we're supposed to use them all today, but, oh, that one is Julie's. So let's see. We have all of Julie's out already. We need the pink square, which is right there. We need the little basket dude. There's the little basket. Here's that little bunny dude, which came out super adorable. Super cute. And I did make a couple extras of this one because I think it would make a cute, these were the ones that I was going to use as cameos for the girls of the puppets or the dolls. They're actually from one of Julie's kits. So I already had it all made up. I just had to, I just added the ones from today so that I would be able to, oh, where is it? That's that bunny. Now what am I missing? Oh, the silly little buttons. Those are like, became tiny, tiny, tiny when I did them. Actually, that one goes over there. Let's see, there's another button. And excuse the hole punches. I don't know what happened. They didn't really punch out very well. I do have some more of those because I think those would make cute earrings. Oh, I'm looking for the lilacs, so I can make sure that I get that made. Now, I did make a bunch of other little ones here, and I think they're either going to make adorable earrings, or we may end up using them, depending on how fast we use these. Okay, lilacs, where are you? You know what? I'm not searching through this whole thing and making you guys wait. We will find the lilacs later, or they'll go on something else. So that's my little thing of Shrinky Dinks. So what I was thinking, oops, that's one of the extra ones, was this right here is the original to that. So I'm just going to slide these off and put them over here so I get them out of the way. And you can see I'm sort of showing a couple extra things of what I'm going to do. Now this one might be too big to put on a clip. That one might be too, but I think even this one might be good enough. But, so we're going to put the bigger ones sort of out of the way for right now, just until we get to them. The first one I'm going to make is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a, let's see, pink and green always look good together. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the clip on here. maybe not. I was trying to think of a way to use both at the same time because this would look really cool, don't you think? Let's see what else I have that could go with that. Well, I did plan on using these because I think these look really, really pretty. And I do have this brown, which is always awesome to use. And I could just make a bunch of, in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original and I'm going to take a bunch of my scraps, which are all in here, and I'm going to use this as the base, and the little clip is going to go on top of it, whether I use it as a paper clip later, or we use it to put it into my journal, or I actually have something else that they can go on that is made and actually was meant for today, and I didn't like it, but these might work on it. So let's do that. I'm going to use this as the base. I actually am going to put it on something thicker because I do not want it to be flouncing around, and I just got something in the mail that will totally work, and I just had put it aside and now I can't find it, but that's okay. We have all of this awesome paper right here, which is all handmade paper that I have, that I keep getting actually at the Dollar Tree. You know their paper that they sell there for, well, now it's $1 something, but it's always so thick and so gorgeous, such good paper. The other paper we can use too is I have this one, which is paper that has ribbon on it. So I think those will be good. I also have some other little papers here on the side that I can grab. You can see I have total messy desk syndrome right now. So you just have to bear with me. So I think what I'm going to do, nope, I think I want to put it on a green. There we go. So, my new fun thing. Do you guys know what these are? Hold on. They're for your hair. They're thinning shears. So, I'm going to glue this on, and then I'm going to use the thinning shears around it to make it look more like a stamp than like stamp shears. You know, the ones that you have that, actually, you know what? I think I want that rigid part down at the bottom. I think I'm going to slide that over just a little bit. There we go. So now I haven't tried it on this paper, so who knows what's going to happen. But, so what you do is you go through and then you pull it apart. You see how it leaves the little hairs at the end, especially on this paper? You go through and then you lift, you pull off. I'm actually just going to do that one right there. So there you go. There's a new thing that we have. And I'm just seriously, I am just going to start throwing things on. I have no rhyme or reason for this. I am just going to play. Let's see. Actually, I want it this way. And yeah, I'm covering someone up, but who cares? Well, somebody may care. So on this paper right here, this is actually what I did cut with this. When you first start cutting with it, it's very hard to get used to. And I had to loosen this nut right here because it was so dang tight. I mean, it was just miserable trying to get that finished. I guess that needed to be longer. Oh well, let's do this. But yeah, it needed to be loosened because it was, I could barely open them, and I don't have strong hands. But you see how if you don't pull, it sort of leaves it with holes so that you can just pull it apart. So if you just put the holes in, oh, that one came out. And like it does its own thing every once in a while too. So we are just going to do this. Some of these will probably get added into my black and white journal. Some of these may get put onto the paper dolls as like little gifts. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that in the center, which actually is where that original thing is. Or do you think it should go down here on the corner? No, I think I like it in the middle. So I am actually not sure what's going to hold this. I do know that it did bow a little bit, so I'm going to have to definitely do these edges for it to hold, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue in the middle. And yeah, it probably would hold with, this is Eileen's, watered down just a tiny bit, so I'm not squeezing and hurting myself squeezing it. So there's my first little doodad that I made with it. And all that glue will come off. In fact, when we get a couple of these done, I'll pull out all of my lace also, because I like to do a bunch of these little ones with paper, and then I start pulling extra stuff out. I also think I have some bling somewhere here on the, I have some bling right here. That will look good. So let's put that bling right there. There we go. And I usually don't use bling, but it's on my table. I'll use it. Now I did put holes in some of these, but they're so small you can barely see them, and I used the size they told me to. I think that if I tried to thread a needle to go through there, it's not going to work. What I would probably have to do is use a threader from from Dental Floss. I don't know if anybody's ever tried that, but that really works too if you have something you don't know, or you need something with a big hole to get it through. So there's that first one. Okay, so let's do this bunny one right here, and I am going to cut it out. Now this paper is sort of weird paper. This paper is what you would use, and it comes with just the numbers down it. By mistake, had actually had it in my printer for something else. This is what they used to give typing tests on. And I've had it for a very long time, probably since I went to high school and had to actually take typing on a real typewriter. That's how old I am, people. So the other thing about these that I like is that, say for instance, I had thought ahead, I could have just done that to all of these papers, and they would have stayed on the paper, and then all I would have had to done is tear them out like this, which I think is sort of cool. Now this one, those edges are really white. I think I'm going to grab my, and put some color on it. So let's see. We'll just take the first one that comes up. I have milled lavender here, which I think will look good. It's sort of a pinky purple. I think it matches that right there. Let's see, where's my purple one? See, I have a purple one, and I use it for all my purples. And it's not coming out very well, is it? Oh, I see it. It's just faint. Yeah, it's really faint. I'm not liking it. It's too light for me. Let's try see what Victorian that will work. It's possible that I need to put some more in my milled lavender, and I don't know if I have any to add to it. I'll have to check in my, there are some that I have and some that I don't. I don't know if that's one that I need. And look what it does to the table, or to the, there. Okay. So let's see, this one will probably need something behind it. We did put the pink, and I'm just blending in some hard lines there that I see real quickly. It does have the pink there. What does it look like with a pink background? Look how thick this paper is. I mean, it's so thick. Is it too pink? I really wish I had some yellow in this. Let's see. You know what I do have? I wonder if I have enough to do it on this. Pulling from my stash. Okay, so I know this is just plain old yellow envelope, but I think I'm going to use it unless I see something else. These flowers do have a tiny bit of orange in it. Oh, you know what? Let's make an envelope out of this. See, that's what you get when you get somebody just fooling around with what they have. So I really like it. It brings out the little bit of orange there, but I'm still going to use a piece of this. And I like to tear everything. And I just think putting this down the side is maybe going to break it up just that little bit. Okay. And you know what? I do actually have my lace right here. So what I think I'm going to do, this is what you do when you really have no idea what you're doing. You just start grabbing things that you have near you. So I am going to put that lace right there. I have to find a real pair of scissors because those other ones won't cut this. Okay, I am going to put that right down here, and I have my Fabrifix. One, two, three, four. Come on, baby, say you love me. 6, 7, 8. There we go. And now actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put these on this side, because you're going to be covering that anyway. Yep. And that will pull out those pretty orange flowers that are on there. Now on the little one that I did, they don't quite look as orange, but that's okay. So I am actually going to make this a flip, like that you'll be able to tuck something in it. So I think I'm just going to break up a bunch of this and piecemeal it to the back so it makes it stronger. Especially right here in the middle. Okay. We do have 2 extra doggies here. They are here until Friday. And then Noodles comes to visit us again. And a really good friend of mine is going in for surgery. Go downstairs if you're going to bark. Is having surgery Thursday, and I'm going to try to help out with her dogs. So we're going to have quite the crew here at Camp Ennis for a little while. So, there. So I'm going to... Quiet, Nugget. Mark, I'm filming. He's probably coming down for a snack while he's working, because he works from home upstairs in his office. And I have my studio, which is side by side, but there's no way to get to each other through it. Actually, you know what? No. Batman. Okay. I think I should probably put it on the big end. So I'm going to make this one a clip, but I am going to put I'm going to do this and put it over it so that it definitely stays. Sorry if there's barking. And then Nugget, go downstairs if you're going to bark. Don't start. Okay. So that gives me this to add on, but I'm going to add some of this right here. And maybe some across the top. Like that. Let's see. And actually, there is the admit one on this, which comes out a lot purpler on the little stamp. So I actually think what I might do is take, I think I already have, yeah, I already have some that's ripped here. I'm going to just take a little corner of this, rip it off. And I'm going to add it to right there. Sort of sticking out. Okay. And actually, I think I want to put another one. I really like the way that's sort of sticking out. I think I'm going to put another one going up like this. just to add, I'm not usually one for symmetry, but you know what? I think that will look cool. Now, I am going to drench this middle portion right here with this. Now, I tried putting them on with first the Eileen's. Now I'm trying the fabric glue just to see what that's going to do to hold it. And we'll see which one holds them the best because we don't know. Oh, you know what? It's actually upside down because it would go like that if you're putting the clip on.
Guess what?
I'm taping.
Sorry.
That's okay. Or it could have also gone sideways. But so this is our clip for here. And I know I've only put something here, but this will be a flip, and I might do some more on this, but I'm really liking this as a grouping. Maybe some purple will go underneath this. So I'm saying done for now. Okay. Now, next. We have these three that are all together. It goes 1, 2, 3. And once again, this is it. I'm going to just close that up. Put it up there. I think this I might just cut out regular because I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. Oh, I think I have an idea. I have an idea. I like how it's in triplicate. A lot. So how about we make like a little tiny folder or notebook with this. Because if it's going to fold, it's going to fold right there. Am I on screen? Yes, but my hand's in the way. And then this one could fold right here. And yes, I used the back to color something, but I don't think it matters because I'll end up backing it anyway. So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I have it. I have it, I have it, I have it. Okay. So this is going to be a little journal opening thingy here. What I'm going to do is I am going to you know what? Let's use one of these. Except for then we would have to put that down. I'm thinking we'll use one of these. Nope, it's not long enough. That's what I was thinking. It was going to fit like that. So these are what I've been using for my little write-on things. So I'm just going to glue this down to here. You might be able to see the stuff through it, but I'm all for using scraps. What this was at one point was that I had all of my stencils on cards or like on a ring, and then with cards between them that showed which ones were like missing if I happened to go and grab them and the one I was looking for wasn't there, I would know. So it is showing through a little bit, but that's okay. Should have put it on the other way, but that's okay. We'll figure something out. So that's just really making it so it's a sturdier piece of paper. That's all it really needed, because I did print them on really thin paper. I'm going to do same thing here with the same purpley color. Just because that brings in the purple. Okay. And I'm actually going to do it on this side too, because I want it where those lines are going to fold, and I want it around the edge. Once again, I'm sure that you guys are not seeing this. I need to remember to keep it on the edge. And I am a messy Marvin, just so you know. Nothing is ever perfect in my house or on my desk. So what I was going to do was this, is fold it, and it's going to make a little cute little folder. I'm going to move that one into there. So that's going to make this little folder. Now what I want is I'm actually going to make it into a tiny little folder to put these little things in it. And I'm going to take, and they're going to sort of be able to come out, I think they're going to be able to come out of it. Not long enough. But you know what will look good? Is if we use that. Now we could use this one and fold it down like that, or we could use this one. Let's use this one. The reason why I folded it here is so that the bottom can be attached to the bottom here. Okay. And it might mess up the edge just a little bit, but I am going to fold these in just a tiny bit, so you might end up with some, no, they'll have the loss anyway. But the other thing I'm going to do, which is something I very much do quite regularly, is I cut dots where these are going to fold. Excuse my holding that in my mouth. Because then it's much easier to fold. It won't bunch up as much. So I know that the line is here. Let's see. Okay. The line is here. And yes, they're big, but it really does help when it comes to folding, because it's taken a lot of the extra bulk of the paper out. I'm going to use this one. Because it dries fast. I'm just going to put a dot of glue on this corner and drag it down. That's how I know I'm getting the thinnest spot that I can. So I put a dot of glue on the corner here and just drag it. I don't press anymore. It just drags right down. So there's my little tiny little baby folder. As you can see, I'm going to have to clip some of those edges off, which is fine. I don't mind that. And I know there's still some purple on this, so I'm just going to quickly get that edge that there's still a little bit of white on it. Okay, so now we have this. The other thing that I've done on these little ones is this one is number 1, number 2, number 3, and I had actually printed those on there. So what I had done here is I had done N-O, which is number, and then put the thing underneath there and made a long number 1. And then I had done N-O with a line underneath the O and a number 2. And then I did N-O, line under the O, and a number 3. Okay. So what I was actually thinking was like having these sort of dangle off of there or be on here on the inside. But then they're going to be really well, look. We're just going to put them right in there. 3, 2, 1. For right now, let me grab my, let me see if I can get a needle through there, because what I could actually do is they could dangle from each one of these. I think. I don't know. I am in a quandary right now. I really like this. But I really do honestly love those, and I want them on something. Like, I think they would look cute hanging. For instance, if we use this as a if I added that to that, and you could just open it up and like that, and then they were hanging off the bottom here, and you could add that to it, I think that would look really cute. So let's find something to add that in there. We've already used this paper, so why not continue to use it? I am just, and then we'll just have to redo the some inking on it. It is really warm here today, and I've been fine up until this point right now. I am starting to sweat like a beast. I do have a long sleeved shirt on, but it is rolled all the way up to my armpits practically. Okay. One of the things I do when I make these is I either take another one and I go around the edge and push it down, or I use my finger so that it sticks that whole thing there to it. Okay. Not quite. Actually, it should have been like this. Let's put that one aside. Should be like this. I'm going to push that in a little more. Ugh, ugh, look at all that nastiness on there. See, when you don't know what you're doing, it takes a long time. And you end up messing up things. So if I make this be able to slide onto some, I don't like it. It's not the way I wanted it. See, you all make mistakes, and I know what my mistake is. My mistake is that it needs to go like that all the way in. Or, yep, and I'm getting glue all over the place. Like that all the way in, I think. I don't want you to have to lose. There we go. There. That's more like it. I'm going to put it right up to the edge there so we aren't missing out on this. And then actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hang them from here. So let's find my little jar. Where's my little jar of needles and stuff? And if I can't find it right away, we'll just have to hold on. So let's make this look add to it. And now what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to have these dangle from the bottom, or maybe in a like a triplicate thing here. What did I, oh, there they are. See, I was like, I know they're here. Now, what is the finest needle I have in here? I think it might be this one. And I think when I do put anything through this, it's going to have to be super regular thread. Yeah, because that barely goes through there. So what I may have to do is sew them onto something. Luckily, I have some little tiny bits of pink thread here that I can, oh, and you know what else I have here? This is some paper that I made out of hatter's cloth, or milliner's actually is what it would be, because a person who makes hat is a milliner. Look at this. Look at what I found in here. Oh, I think I have an idea. Let's see if I have any more of that milliner's cloth in here. No, I think I have the end of the milliner's cloth. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm actually going to glue this one onto here. And actually, I am going to put it on the back side so that the pretty side, the handmade Dawn Marie awesome stuff, is going to be on it. So I'm going to take and put some of this underneath it to make that corner. See, all you got to do is let your brain work a little bit. What am I at? I don't know. Where'd my timing go? I don't know where my timer went on this. Something happened to my phone and weird things happened. And I can't see my timer anymore. Let's make an X. Okay, let's put the number 1 there. And that's my handmade cloth, milliner's cloth paper. And I have this piece right here, which could be just for the back like this, right? And I can actually use this to make it a little wider. And the other one, I have two small pieces, so this will work out. All you have to do is look at what you have on your desk, and things will show themselves to you. I guess that's what happens to me. This paper right here I actually got in the Dollar Tree bin thing. So they've been having some really, really good paper in there, like this really thick stuff and weird stuff. But I have noticed that it seems to not be as dense, like there's not as many as they used to have. I mean, I remember one time going, and maybe it was just a weird package, but mine was like this thick, and it was huge. Oh, you know what will look good behind that? No, because then you won't see the milliner's stuff. Let's see if I can get it off the milliner's. Yep, I can. Okay, I am going to put this behind that. Let's just drop a whole glob of that right there. Blurp. And then I'm going to put the milliner's behind that. I think I put too much water in my white glue this time. I do have to thin it down, even Eileen's. It's just way too thick for me and my hands. So it looks really pretty on this side with the purple, and that with that fabric there. Okay, number 2. Now this one doesn't have any flowers on it. Should we maybe, oh look, we have one big one here. I guess I missed that one. Okay. Let's see. We don't have flowers on it, but let's see if we put, nope, you know what? I think let's put that there. Okay. Oh, you know what? I have something else that we can do. I forgot about these. So part of one of the projects that actually, I had it outside drying and it rained, unfortunately. Got it in this morning and started working on it. And it's not too bad. I did get it in for it to dry a little bit, but it's breaking apart, which isn't fair to me. I hate that it's not working. So let's put this, and you know what? That's not going to stay on. Darn it all. Oh, and I did it the wrong way anyway. Let's put it this way. See, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to do extra. We want the milliner's. That there. On that side of the milliner's fabric, so it looks pretty on this side. There definitely needs to be something on the side of that. Here's my, definitely. Okay, just cut them sort of the same size. If I have to trim them down afterwards, that's okay. I don't mind. Now don't forget, next Wednesday, a week from today, is when we're going to be tying all of this up. And you'll be able to see all the finished projects. So, like if I say I'll have to finish something up, that's when you'll see it. So we're still not getting a bunch of color there. But we do have these tiny little ones right here. Let's put one right there, and one right there. Do you think they should go there or on the sides? How about on the side? Yeah, on the side. One good thing about glue is it dries clear. So you can wipe it off real quick if you need to. Squishy, squishy. So the one thing that makes milliner's fabric, it actually has a glue on it itself. And as soon as it gets wet, it starts to stick also. So if this doesn't stick, I can always activate the milliner's glue. You know what? It's going to end up going sideways because I don't think it's going to. I think that will be good just like that, because then I can cut the sides down if I want to. And yeah, they're not sticking. And hopefully, so, and then we have the other thing on the back so that those will be pretty, using some of my handmade paper on the back, so that will be in itself. See, this one's already almost dry. And I may just put like a piece of bling or something on the back just to give it that little extra. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get, ooh, that black ribbon. No. Watch out, guys. Yep, I got up. This was just behind me. See, this is huge. I got it at a thrift store. This stuff, if anybody wants any, it lasts forever because it's really super thin. Ooh, there we go. I'm not going to get this through the hole, but I can get it attached to each one of these and up through the center here and make it like a little fringy behind it. So yeah, and have those dangling from it at 3 different heights, I think will look excellent. Okay, so let's see, if we want it to dangle, do we want number 1 to be attached here and then the other 2 to dangle from that? Because that would look pretty cool. Or do we want this totally separate from this and add to that? And just have them like this with that on it? Or do we want each one separately? Whoop. You know what? I'm going to end up clipping that to make sure that they stay. Stay. And then pull them all through. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Okay, and then we're going to put just this little tiny piece of white on the back to hold it down, so you're still going to be able to see the homemade paper. And then I think I'm going to put a blinger on it. On the center. There we go. And I'll cut that. That can be like a little dangly. I like it. Okay. And as you see, the way I did it, I ended up cutting it in the right spot. Do this to another one. And I'm not really paying attention to how long it is. Essentially, technically, you could probably put a ribbon around this and make it a necklace. You could probably put, use it as a bracelet too, because it could go sideways. You could put it on as a bracelet like that and tie it. Of course, my fat wrist. I'm not going to let me do that, but one of these other ones might be long enough. And then that would look really pretty as a set of the 3 of these as a bracelet. See? It's pretty cool when you start extra thinking. And a little blinger on that. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So then we have these 2, 1 and 3. And I did just put this down. Let's see if I can, oh no. This one I think I'm going to have to wait because I think I put too much glue on it. Yes, you actually can put too much glue on something. Because what it's done is it's taken that paper in the background and it's actually made it very soggy. So this one we're just going to set aside. I'm going to actually put this with it. But you see what I'm doing here with these. And the third one will look just like that. I'm just going to set it aside. I can't be playing around with it. So we still have this. We really haven't put out a lot of stuff on it. We did make it a little folder. Let's put the ribbon on the top, right here, and the ribbon on the bottom. We're using a lot of the ribbon. Okay. And this dries pretty fast. I would like to get at least one more of these things done for you guys. So this is using, we haven't really done any of Julie's yet. I think we've only done Cara's. And I don't want you all to be like, oh my God, Dawn-Marie makes the longest videos. So, let's see. And like I said, I can always trim those off. I don't mind trimming when it comes time. But the other thing you want to do is you make sure you're not tightening it. So you see how it's pulling up on that? It's because I have it so tight. So that's that. And I'll just trim these down. And I'm glad you guys can't see me because when I'm trimming, my tongue is usually out. Does anybody else do that? When you're doing something that you're either concentrating on a lot or these really are not meant for this kind of stuff. These are what I use when I do fussy cutting. That's because they spring back and I don't have to really think about them. Making sure that they're going to come properly. You know what we have and I will find them, but we have these little tiny tags that I'll put on the in here that say like Easter and oh, there's one that say Easter, and let's see if I can at least find one more in here. that we didn't use yet. Yeah, I'm not going to find another one. What I'm going to end up doing with this right here is dumping it out at the end and finding out what I haven't used. I know there's other stuff in there other than what we're doing here. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's put it on the top here, because remember, this one doesn't have any flowers or anything on it. So let's close it up. And then I may end up having to trim the top. Nope, I think it will fit there. Of course, it's going to block the ribbon I have there, but I don't think we really need to see what it said on the top there. So there's that one, and it's pink on pink. And I will go back. What I do a lot is I go back and I do aging, and I'll make that look like a normal color. Let's see. Oh, you know what could go there? Let's put buttons. Buttons. Okay, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. So let's put a big one in the center. And let's see, what are these colors? There. I'm going to put purple there, the green right next to it, or blue, whatever color it is. And I'm going to put the yellow over here. And the reason why I'm spreading them out the way I am, actually I'm going to put the pink over there because you don't want the pink and the other pink so close together, although I think that was supposed to be purple, is that once I fold it, these won't match up because this will be way over on the side, which is empty there. This will be right here, and then the one in the middle will have its own space also, so it won't make it really bulky. Hey, I was wondering what I was going to do with those silly little things. So there we go. There's another little thing made. Okay, let's go on to doing something with one of Julie's. This will be the one that we'll do, and then I'll probably work on some by myself. Okay. So we're going to pretend that somebody's going to make this piece right here into a necklace. It's not really straight, but that's okay. And maybe we'll make this into the holder for it. Sorry. When you have like certain scissors you use for one thing and they're not on your desk at the time, I'll tell you what, when you need to cut something straight, go with a pair of long scissors. That way you're only making 2 cuts and it's much easier to straighten them out. Much, much easier. Oop. So I love this paper. It's got the wrinkled edge. So I'm going to glue this on. Yep, I'm going to glue it on. And then I'll tear that. And you know what? I'm even going to just glue it on like a pocket. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this edge, which is going to come out really cool because of the way the paper is. I didn't want to do it ahead of time because I want to make sure that I tear it specifically against that, close enough to the edge, but still a little that you can see it. So you need to pull towards you when you tear because that leaves you the coolest edge. Okay, let's pull this one up and make a second pocket there, or a little tuck spot is really what it is. If we pull it up all the way to the edge where the ducky is, we can do that, and then we can use some of our cute little, let's see if we have a bigger one. I have this piece which doesn't, which will look really good there. And it's a very small, very old piece of lace. Hey, Bruno, not nice. So I think what I may do, okay, I'm going to attach that to here, but I'm going to let it overhang there so that it actually will end up holding this close because I'll pull it around the back. Line it up. Just going to hold it really quick. And I want to make sure that I could have put it on the edge on the inside, couldn't I have? And then it wouldn't have hung down so much. Now, I'll leave it. I can do something along that edge. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and let it go right across the back. And it's almost going to be sort of like a belly band back here. No, it won't. Not unless I sewed it. I'm actually gluing it down. That's too much for me to do. But now we can do this, and you can see how old this is. You can see that it's all got that sort of rusty color to it. Okay. Okay, let's hold that. Let me get my big binder clip, or my big clip here. And that will hold that down. Now I was thinking when this was back too, if we put some of these small ones on the back here and like made little frames to go around them, it could be almost like a little gallery page. maybe not using the actual one that's on the front. And then I could draw some, it could be like a bunny gallery page. You know what? How about that? Okay, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a gallery page. And you know what can go here? Either this one, but it doesn't have a bunny on it. Guys, guys, guys. Quiet. Hey. Or I could put this in the center and these two bunnies on the side. And then we have a cute little gallery page of all of those. And then what I'll do is I'll take my marker. Actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to take and I'm going to put pencil around each one. And I'm going to put 1, 2, and I'm going to put 1 and 2 on the back of this one. And then I'm going to put 3 on the back of this one. Four. I'm going to make this one 6. I know that's going to confuse everybody. Hey, basta. And this round one can go here. So this is my bunny gallery. So what I'm going to do right now, so you guys can actually watch me, I don't think I want it in black. So I'm going to actually grab my gray, because I think gray is really good when it comes to doing. So I am going to outline each one of these in gray. And they may not be perfect. That's okay. It's really just to get the line on it. And I think this is probably good enough for me to take off now, so it's low. And I'm not hitting it. Now, for these two, hey! For these two. Let's see. I want to see if I... Yes, so this is smaller than that. So I'm going to actually punch out a color for back there. For behind that one. Okay, I'm going to pull it down to here. And this is going to be super easy because we're just going to stick that on. And then we're going to be able to just stick that one on top of it. Okay. Now, I'm curious. I'm just going to test on this one how big that is. So technically, we can do another circle for the other side. And let's see, does that purple look good behind the bunny? I think it does. Let's just do the same thing for that side. It will make it cohesive. Guys, enough. Now, I do have to say that some of times this glue and this really handmade looking paper doesn't stick as well as I would want. But that's okay. So, nope, I don't think I like that. If I were going to put one behind it, I think I'd put regular behind it. No, because that would mean that I would have to cut that, and I don't want to cut that. This is the end of a collar, and this I don't mind cutting. I'm going to, watch this, I'm going to cut this in half. Right? Bing, bing, bing. Cut it in half. And then we're going to put I am going to just run around the edge of this like that. Okay? And I am going to attach it right straight to the corner of this, and then trim it, and then do the same with the other side. This old collar, I actually know exactly what it came from. My grandmother used to have an old shirt, and I am 99.9% sure that this is the collar from that shirt she used to wear. It was one of her silk special skirt shirts. So let's see, let's do that, and then we're going to do it on the other side too, but we sort of want that to stay and stick. So let that side stick while we are figuring out what we can put behind some of the other ones. Now, we did have this piece, which we already looked at for one thing, but what if we put it on this one or on that one? You know what? I think I sort of like that for there and this for here. So what I'm going to do is, you can see that obviously this isn't on there. So you see there is there. So they've cut it right here on the edge. So I'm going to do it at the same exact spot they did, or whoever cut it. I don't remember cutting it myself, but so that I can make it as close. Now that's going to be too much, but let's see, if we put it this way, it's perfect. So let's cut that end, stick that onto our little spot here for number one. I was going to Zentangle them, but I think using all this paper is actually really good. It's using up my paper. Okay, I actually should use some of their papers too, but once again, some of them are bowed, so I'm trying to put them towards the edge if that's where I feel that they're bowed. I did flatten them when they came out of the oven. I made sure to flatten them when they came out of the oven. But some of them disfigured themselves a little bit. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? Because I do like... Let's see how big this is if we put it here. It's a little big, but you know what we have? We have that right there, and we have this right here, and they so are not straight. Now I could cut that off, which I think I'm going to, because I think that although it is the lace and it does say, hey, there's more lace, I'm not going to do it. So let's put that there. And I am going to put this part over here because I really like that for some reason on that part. And this right here has my absolute favorite kind of plant on it. I love pussy willows. There's pussy willows behind it. I love it, love it, love it. Let's see. So this actually could just be a tuck-in. You know, you could just stick it in as a card. Okay. Is this glued down enough? Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that. And cut that. Now let's get the other piece. Do the same thing. Cut it away from that piece right there. I'm going to cut this piece off right here because it's in my way. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this around and we're going to put this here and that there. And actually I wanted it long enough because I'm going to have it go all the way and hold that maybe. We'll see what it looks like after these edges are down. Can you hear Bruno snoring? He's my buddy. He has to be everywhere I am. Actually, most of my dogs do. Whoops, I was lining it up wrong. Now I may need to add some more glue there. Even the dogs that we're watching, Lola and Lupe, they have been hanging out in my studio with me the last couple days. I've been doing stuff. Well, when I was outside yesterday, playing with the make that I was doing, they were definitely out there with me. So that's going to go there. Now I'm thinking that if I just twist that around and glue that edge, and maybe twist this around so that it sort of takes care of that edge. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little on this back piece right here. One, because I don't want the braid to come out. And some right there so that braid doesn't come out. And I'm pushing this towards the other braid and hitting it up. Now, I haven't done this little edge here yet because I want the braid to stick first. And I'm going to do it on this side too, because we want the braid to stick first. That little outside edge could be clipped if something doesn't work on it. So that's why you do the inside one first. And then you can clip little pieces of whatever that's coming off, but you really want to make sure that braid's not going to come apart. And that one's coming a little bit apart, but I think we're going to be able to save it. Yes, big, huge scissors to do this little tiny piece, Dawn Marie. That's good. So I actually like them sort of coming out. So let's see something. If we put this right here, which unfortunately it starts covering everything. I should have thought of that, but that's okay. Actually, it's going to sort of bunch up anyway. So let's just go ahead and add this to the bottom. And then we'll put the other ones on and see what happens. Okay, it's actually right in there. And I think that I can play with this to make it come closer to there if I need to. But I think for right now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's get the little bunny and put him on his spot. Now, I should have waited to put those little dots on. Yes, I do see a problem here. But I'm just going to actually put it below it just a little bit. I don't mind doing this. And I think I'm going to have to put a little thing of glue right there because it's sort of curled a little. I think it being just, I think that's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. And I think even this one, if we put it below it just a little bit, it'll be okay. Okay, what was the one in the center again? Was it? No, it was this bunny. You know what? We probably don't have to put anything around that bunny because the blue around it will be okay. But I am going to pull it down right to the edge there because of that. The other thing that actually could be done is I could cut that little edge off. This band, hey, enough. This band off right here and just leave the braid, which would definitely help us with the length of that. So I might have to look at that for a couple days and decide. Sometimes I've gone back a month later and done something because I have been wondering what it would look like. So yes, I definitely could do that. Just take that edge off. Or I could also just flip it up underneath and glue it, which might be better for it. And then if I do that, actually these can come up a little bit. If you guys are going to bark, go outside and bark. You know what? That's probably exactly what I'm going to do. But I want to make sure. I'm going to have to do that with cleaner hands because my hands are gunky goo-goo now. I think this is going to be the end of what I'm doing today. Yes, I haven't used them all, but I've got plenty of other things to do with them. And this was on the back of this one, which is this. So maybe, how about if we put that up there with some, oh, you know what? We pulled this off of that stuff. I wonder if we put that on the back of this. and sort of scrunched it up on the back. Yes. And then we'll be done for today. Guys, come on, be nice. Okay, so I'm pulling this apart. This was, remember, what came out of that edge of the lace. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a really long line here of glue. You see that? So we have 4 of these. So if you quadrant this out, you need to sort of put this in a quarter of it, so it's sort of bunched up. Then get your next one, bunch it up, then get your next one. My fingers are going to be so icky sticky after this. And bunch that one up. And then put this one at the top. Now I really did want some out of the top, so let's pull that one up a little bit. Sticky fingers. Okay. Now, it's a mess. Messy, messy, messy. And not at all what I wanted to do. So let's just put this down. This seems to be working well. And let's get another one. I don't know what they're barking at. I think we have a farm behind us, and I have a feeling that the farmer might be out there doing something in his field. I can hear in the very background a machine, which I don't think you guys would be able to hear. So he's probably planting something. They like to bark, especially when there's somebody that's not supposed to be in the yard. Use what you have in front of you. So let's see what that looks like. So then what we actually can do, so that it makes it look extra prettiness, is if we take and put this over here. I'm going to put this down like this, because this is really sheer, so the glue is actually going to seep through a little bit. It's not a little bit, it's going to seep through. And I'm going to take this ridge that's permanently folded and actually put it there. So what it's going to do is it's going to want to push up what's above it, which happens to be the ones that are already there. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. And like I said, this is super sheer, so it's going to go right down through it. And watch what I'm going to do after this, so it's definitely going to go down through it. This may not necessarily be holding right now 100% the way we want it, but it will in 1 second. So it's sort of bunchy all there. I am going to rip, actually what I should do, I'm going to rip this edge. I'm going to put glue in the center here. I know this is a lot of glue and expensive glue to be doing this to, but I want to make sure it goes through all of the layers. Okay. And then I'm going to just squish it all together. All together now. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. How about that with all of those little fringy thingies there? That looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? I did it from the back, but it'll work. And what I'll probably do is these right here, I'll start pulling some of the strings so it becomes really edgy there. And then this, because I will end up tearing those pages. I hope this is, we'll put that right up there at the corner. So let's pull this one right here. And that one's definitely short enough. Let's pull this one right here. And I want to leave this other edge. So let's, what do you think that looks like? I think that looks pretty cool. I know it's a little weird. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. This is where it was. And I'm going to put it on this. I'm going to leave that side open right there, just in case we want to make it a little tuck spot. So, what did I make? I made a gallery wall. This is the front of it. And that's the gallery in the back. Here, I'm probably going to go ahead and add some lace just along that edge to make it look okay from this side. Actually, we have this, which came off of the other thing. I may just add that there so that it gives it a little bit extra. And maybe put some diamonds down it. I don't know. But that used most of what we had today. The other things will be up. So don't forget, what did I do with my little things? Oh, what a mess. Mess, 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 mess. There goes my glue all over the place. I really don't know what I did with my little show-offy things. Oh, and remember I was looking for something from the mail? Here's what I was looking for. So, well, don't forget, use the hashtag to, I found them. This is me. Me. This is Julie. This is Cara. And if you have not gone and put in the hashtag to see what everyone else is doing, trust me, everyone's different. Everyone has their own ideas about this. Please go to the hashtag, look at everybody's YouTube videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and that really makes us as creators very happy. Thank you. Have a nice day.